Christmas is coming. It's a festival of consumerism. Let's see how consumerism works. This is the propaganda films for an ideology, a way of life. What is our religion? Is it the worship of Christ, or is it the worship of product?
The average U.S. person now consumes twice as much as they did 50 years ago. Ask your grandma. In her day, stewardship and resourcefulness and thrift were valued. So how did this happen?
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel.
Shortly after World War II, these guys were figuring out how to ramp up the economy. Retailing analyst Victor Lebeau articulated the solution that's become the norm for the whole system. He said, our enormously productive economy demands that we make consumption our way of life, that we convert the buying and use of goods into rituals, that we seek our spiritual satisfaction, our ego satisfaction in consumption. We need things consumed, burned up, replaced, and discarded at an ever-accelerating rate.
Today, my first video is going to be a what's in my bag? Yay!
Advertisements and media in general plays a big role in this. Each of us in the US is targeted with over 3,000 advertisements a day. We see more advertisements in 1 year than people 50 years ago saw in a lifetime. And if you think about it, what's the point of an ad except to make us unhappy with what we have? So 3,000 times a day, we're told our hair is wrong, our skin is wrong, our clothes are wrong, our furniture is wrong, our car is wrong, we are wrong, but it can all be made right if we just go shopping.
So this bag, which I purchased very recently, it is from New Look. Now, New Look is a store which I like very much because they have lots of new looks. So I'm going to show you what's in my New Look bag. It's a rucksack, I should say. This is what it looks like. This is the Baby Lips by Maybelline in Pink Punch. I like much. Lovely. I have a phone. My iPhone 5S. Oh, I've had a missed call.
Well, I'd like to give you a complete picture of Apple. Excessive tax avoidance. Apple is currently in the process of hoarding enough money offshore to literally end world poverty. That is amazing, isn't it? They've got 100 billion offshore. In 2006, it came to light that Apple's Chinese plants were using sweatshop labour workers in the Longhua plant near Hong Kong, where they were forced to work 15 hours a day with no breaks for 40 quid a month. Employees were kept in crowded dormitories, forbidden to have contact with the outside world, and forced to do army-style training in the morning. But they didn't have their little Apple watches on for that. Beep, 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 beep. Get up. Oh God, run round the yard. Oh no, get to work. Oh, can I have a break? Not for 15 hours. Like the price we pay for these glistening, gleaming trinkets of consumerism is that elsewhere in the world people are suffering. There's the social responsibility that Tim Cook, CEO of Apple, told Congress that they could tax his company only if they charged him the rate of 9%. Imagine if we said to them, we're only going to pay for the iPhone if you charge this amount of money for it. We just can't do it. They've got more power than governments. They're bigger than nations. They set the agenda for us. They tell us what's right and wrong, and now they want us all tagged up. Apple allowed its suppliers to release giant clouds of toxic gas over Chinese villages. People are now dying there at a phenomenal rate from cancer. That's the cost of an Apple phone. And yeah, obviously I use Apple. I'm a person in the world. Look at me, I'm going this stupid necklace. I'm a person like you. I'm not saying I'm better than you, I'm saying I'm worse than you.
My purse, it's pink. And it's from Topshop actually, very recently. I think it was £18 in Topshop, which is quite nice. Here I have other bits. Oh, let's just make sure there's nothing here. Okay, so this is my Starbucks card. I frequent Starbucks quite often. I have a, Cafe Nero stamp points. Always good to have those.
Starbucks is a global giant with a market capitalization of $40 billion. Only McDonald's is bigger worldwide. In the UK, it has opened 735 coffee shops and raked in over $4.8 billion since it started operating here in 1998. But while it's been telling investors the business is profitable, it's been telling the taxman something else. Starbucks has consistently reported losses to UK tax authorities. In fact, over the last 3 years, despite sales of £1.2 billion, it has paid no income tax whatsoever. This has caused an outcry, and now the company is being accused of systematic tax avoidance.
Favourite shop or restaurant? Now, this doesn't take much guessing really. I do love Topshop. Good old Topshop.
We're here today with UK Uncut and a number of different organisations, UCL Occupation, different organisations, to basically shut down Philip Green's shops on Oxford Street, shut down Topshop, shut down BHS, based on the fact that Philip Green is an advisor on government spending. Yet while he's an advisor on government spending, he's avoiding taxes in excess of 1.2 billion for Topshop, millions of pounds himself, and yet he's advising us on how to spend that money that he's stealing from. So it's kind of a ridiculous situation when the common people are forced to have £7 billion of cuts, yet the rich and wealthy owe 120 billion in tax.
Favourite restaurant? Favourite restaurant? It's got to be Nando's, come on! Good old chicken with a bit of a Portuguese twist.